Let's head to the north now. UNICEF has released a report stating that the agency was horrified by the killing of 104 people who were attacked by the Rapid Support Forces soldiers in Wad Al-Noura village in Sudan's Al-Jazira state. Among the dead are 55 children. On June 5th, the RSF allegedly carried out a brutal massacre in the state. The incident drew widespread condemnation from political forces, armed groups, human rights organizations, and international bodies who called for an investigation and accountability for those responsible. Here's a report.
These images were transmitted on X by a Sudanese pro-democracy activist committee on June 5. They purportedly show a row of shrouded bodies amid reports that up to 100 villagers were killed in an attack by paramilitary forces. Another footage showed a military convoy of the Rapid Support Forces heading southeast and firing towards the village of Wad Al-Noura. The paramilitary killed over 100 villagers as the UN warned of mass displacement and starvation.
For the UN, Al-Fashir is inaccessible either cross-line or cross-border. We have all seen the horrific news coming from the small village of Wad Al-Noura. We are also hearing of truly horrifying reports of violent attacks and casualties in the villages of Wad Al-Noura in Al-Jazira state.
The massacre in Wad Al-Noura came weeks after the UN human rights chief said he was horrified by escalating violence near Sudan's Al-Fashir. He held discussions this week with commanders from both sides of the conflict, warning of a humanitarian disaster if the city is attacked. Hundreds of thousands of people are sheltering in Al-Fashir without basic supplies. There are fears that the nearby fighting will turn into an all-out battle for the city, the Sudanese army's last stronghold in the western Darfur region. Its capture will be a major boost for the rival Rapid Support Forces as regional and international powers try to push negotiations to end the 13-month war.
We warn both commanders that fighting in Al-Fashir, where more than 1.8 million residents and internally displaced people are currently encircled and at imminent risk of famine, would have a catastrophic impact on civilians, and it would deepen intercommunal conflict with disastrous humanitarian consequences.
The number of people displaced by the conflict inside Sudan could soon exceed 10 million. The organization recorded 9.9 million internally displaced people across all 18 states in Sudan this week. The figure includes 2.8 million men, women, and children displaced prior to the start of this round of the conflict in April 2023 and 7.1 million since then. Approximately 12 million people have been forced to flee their homes in Sudan so far. Over 2 million have fled to neighboring countries, mainly Chad, South Sudan, and Egypt.
The health system in Sudan is collapsing. About 65% of the Sudanese population lack access to healthcare. Healthcare in Sudan typically relied heavily on Khartoum, where the healthcare system was decimated. Only about 25% of the medical supplies needed are available in the country. In hard-to-reach areas, only 20 to 30% of health facilities remain functional, and even so at a minimal level.
You've seen people coming on a daily basis by dozens in a very, very bad shape. And most of them are women, children who have experienced an unimaginable trauma.
The escalating refugee crisis is further compounded by the danger of widespread famine and epidemics of infectious diseases. Africa Bureau, WION. World is one.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.